Alright guys, this is the aftermath of the pick job that you're getting ready to see. I didn't do an intro, so I'm doing the intro after I picked it. This is what the bench ended up looking like. I ended up picking both sides of it because, well, quite honestly, I was confused about which half of the lock I had picked. So I went ahead and gutted both of them for the show. They're identical in every way. My battery started dying. I took some advice from one of you guys, and right near the end, it got kind of a long video. I popped out one of my Runcam 2s that I use on my quadcopters for their flight. So again, my main camera battery will fail, but I'm going to use that as the backup, and I'll paste that into the video. No broken video. So I'm going to take full credit for this one, guys. This, by the way, is in a package sent to me by C.P. Jacobson's, all the way from Denmark, full of bribes. I've only earned a very small fraction of these bribes so far. They gave me a whole bunch of lock. I'm going to put this down for a second so you can take a look. This is another Dom. I haven't had a chance to play with this yet. Very unusual keyway. I don't know how I'm going to tension it, and it looks like 4 locks built into one. So very cool. We got to have a little fun with that. And then the rest of these are these oval cylinders. This one is a challenge from B. Jarnis. I did have a chance to put a pick in that for about an hour and a half. Nothing. I got nothing out of that. There's a whole bunch of them in here. More ovals, probably even more high security. All these guys have side pins. And then there's another Dom. This one is not nearly as complex as the video you're getting ready to see, but we have something to look forward to. Anyway, not only eating candy, but picking locks. Anyway, there you go, guys. That is the post intro of picking the Dom IX-6 SR. There's the logo, and that's what I'm going to be trying to pick here in just a few minutes. Thanks, guys. Welcome to the show. Enjoy it. All right, that ought to hold it. I'm going to use this pick. This is a serrated pick, a serrated tension wrench. I think I can slide right in the edge there. That ought to work. All right, and I'm also going to start with the fat flag from Sauber Kit, because that little small flag I found gets stuck in here very easily. So let's try this guy. I just found that out. It took me a few minutes to get it unstuck after I was just trying to count the pins. All right, let's see what we got. I got moderate tension, and I'm on pin 2. Seem to be binding. I'm actually hoping the key pins are going to bind first before any of the other stuff, because if it doesn't, then it's going to be problematic to get at some of those pins on the side and top with those key pins in the way. I'm on pin 4. He seems to be stuck. Got a crunch. I'm not sure if I overset him or what. Just barely getting started, and I've already overset somebody. All right, pin 1. I got a little turn on the core there. That can't be it. There must be more to it. Got pretty light tension on this thing now. Well, everybody seems set. Let me get a flashlight and take a look. All of the key pins are at least partially down. Nobody's sticking all the way to the top, which would tell me I've either not quite set something or they are set. Let me make sure they feel firm. There's one a little bit springy. Everybody else feels pretty good. Let me see that springy one. Shouldn't be springy, but I'm not going to mess with him. I'm give him a little, I guess I am going to mess with him. I don't think so. I'm getting no feedback. I am going to, tell you what, I'm going to use that same pick. Now I'm going to go and see if I can pick the top pins. I'm just going to feel them. There's 2 rows of top pins. One is directly above the key pins, and the other's off on the left, offset a little bit. Trying to find a binder, and I got nothing. They are all still a little springy. All right, so now I'm going to feel the ones on the left side. All right, I got nothing. So I either missed somebody or the key pins are not set, even though it gave us a false set. I got a counter rotation there. That was a top pin in the back, but now it seems like we lost our false set. Might have blown it. I might have just overset somebody on the top. So I'm going to lighten up on my tension wrench. Let somebody pop back up, or pop back down in this case. Now the key pins have gotten springy again. And now my pick is stuck. Come out of there. That's really odd. All right. Try that first one again. Yeah, I think I've overset in the top. I'm going to let off my tension. Let's start this again. All right, light tension. One thing we did learn is it looks like the key pins do bind first. Okay, I'm stuck on 4 again. Try not to overset them this time, Bill, because I think I did last time. There's a good click. Pin 1 binding. Got a good click and a slight turn on the core. That cannot be all the fault set this thing gives you. But maybe it is. Let me attack the pins from this side, those bottom pins. See if they give me any counter rotation or anything. I got nothing. All right, I think they're set. Let's again try those top pins. This time don't overset that one in the back. He's the one right above pin 3. I got nothing. All right, let's assume they're a little bit deeper. Oops. Try this guy. Line up with the pins and then just start feeling. He's really tight. What in the world is holding you up? Piece of warning. All right, I'm going to attack from the side just a little bit to get around that little piece of warding that's sticking up there. Try this side. And this left pins. Where are you? There you are. Nothing. All right, I've been thinking about how to handle what I believe are sliders or dimples on the right side over here. And I think I'm just going to try to rake them. So I am very light on the tension. And maybe this won't work. Come on. I'm just going to rock it back and forth then. You can't rake it in and out. It gets caught up in the warding. Okay, had to try it. Doesn't seem to be working. Sorry about that. I am levering off of this side of the lock. And the camera, of course, is in the way. Couple of clicks. I don't know if it meant anything though, guys. I'm going to take the large flag and check those bottom pins again. It just doesn't seem right that that is all of the fault set you get. Oh, there we go. I had to click on pin 3 and a tiniest turn on the core. So maybe we had to alternate. We had to pick something in the side before pin 3 was ready to pick. All right, now let's take a look at those top pins. Take a look at the ones on the left. Nothing. All right, let's go around and check those side ones again. All right, there was one, I don't know, right around pin 3. I got a good click off him, but no turn on the core. That was right around pin 2. Again, no turn on the core, nothing. All right, check those top pins again. I had one click in the very back, the last one. Let's check the ones on the side. That was me falling off the warding. All right, let's check those bottom pins again. Nothing. Check those top pins with the flag. Nope. Check the left ones with the flag. Nope. Check those side pins. All right, I am now at a loss. I'm getting nothing from any of those pins. Pin 3 on the top. Had a good click on him. Check the left. Nothing. All right, let's do the rake thing with the right side again. All right, I'm getting no love from this thing. Don't know what to do. Might have picked myself into a improper false gate on one of them. In which case we're probably not going to get out of it. Oh, that's where the one I do not want to pick. That's the overset, definitely. Yeah, he's right around. It feels like between 3 and 4. All right, there is an alternative. I'm going to take my curved flag and see if I can't pick the top pins with him. Maybe they're set a little bit above, so above where I'm able to pick with a flat flag. I can definitely feel them, but they're not asking to be picked. So I'm going to try the ones on the right now. This may be a little harder. First I got to find him. There he is. Nope. 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 That's it. All right, I'm lightening up on the tension wrench. And I'm going to try to pick the bottom pins again from the left side. I keep coming back to the, I can't believe this is all the fault set we're getting. All right, there is some counter rotation right there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that is because I'm on the warding or if that's an actual. Let me try it from the other side. I think it was because the pick was on the warding. It wasn't true counter rotation. Yeah, I got nothing. Glad I didn't do that. Then I would have probably turned the core and dropped several pins before I was figured it out. Pin 1 is good. They're all good. There's nothing. Everything feels like it's set properly. Try the top ends. I'm still getting that counter rotation from that guy. That's the only feedback I'm getting. But we know if we do that, I just did it. And we did not lose the fault set. There's another one. That was on pin 3, so that's 2 on that side that I got. There's 3. He doesn't want to be picked. I'm not going to mess with that one. It's about pin 4. He just... Let me check the pins on the left now. They're okay. Let me check those bottom pins. And they're okay. All right, let's look at those side pins again. Okay, that was a good one. That was around pin 4. Nice click. Probably right into a false gate. Okay, that was pin 2, probably into my second false gate, which is not good. All right, let's try the rake again. Act of desperation. He's definitely getting caught. Oh, look at that. Excellent. All right, that is how you open a DOM. Let's go ahead and gut it. Now, I hope the camera doesn't crap out. I'm at half a battery, so what I'm going to do is grab another camera and turn it on from the side. Just 1 second. All right, I have a little run cam here. I'm going to start in recording. This is off of one of my... And I'm just going to set this guy on my beater block. I'm going to set him right about there, just in case the battery dies. All right, we have an open on the DOM. Definitely want credit for this guy. This doesn't happen every day. We do have a key, so I can lock him back up. You can see it is open. Make sure that the actuator turns. It does. All right, so let's lock him back up. Does work. Now let's figure out how to open him. Yeah. I'm guessing that's a set screw. So if we take that set screw out, we probably should be able to move him. Let's try that. Can you tell this was not planned very well? Yeah, I know. He was loose. All right, let's get a tray up here. All right, I'm going to put him right here. Put that guy up here. Make sure we got everything out from under there. All right, let's see what happens. Nothing. All right, let's take the other one out. And of course, he is either a different size or stripped. He's a different size. Isn't that something? All right, this is coming out. That's the side we opened. So, oops. So, how do we get that out of there? All right, I'm just going to have to take the clip off. I could pull that piece of foil out of there, but wait a minute. That looks like it is intended to come out of there. Maybe. No. He's pressed in there. I'm not going to ruin that. Instead, we're just going to go ahead and pull this clip off the back here. All right, where'd that key go? Here we go. I'm going to set him right there. Move him out of here. Move him out of here. Turn him like that. Let's see what we're going to... All the pins will then be on the bottom. We don't want to do that. We're going to put it about like that, I think. That will put all of our pins up on this side, and then the bottom is lined up with that, so we won't hopefully lose anything out that way. I hope. All right. Let's try it. There's your sidebar. I'm going to put my fingers up there and hold it. All right, here are all the pins. It looks like we have a pin in pin there. Is that possible? We're going to find out. There are both of the sidebars. Shouldn't have done that, Bill. Okay, we had two of the pins fall. We have a torpedo in 3. Pretty sure that's where he went. Let's double check before we get too far. Yep, he's in 3. All right, let's take these guys out first. Get rid of the key, Bill. Or maybe not. That's probably what's holding sidebars in. Let's leave it in for now. See what we got. Can't use the beater bar because the other camera is sitting on it. We have a little disc. Tiny little disc, which I thought was maybe the pin in pin, but it is not. It looks like it was master keyed at one point. And then just a standard, looks like a copper pin. Oop. All right, here's what we thought was the pin in pin, this one. And we'll look at him later. There's still some element to him I just don't quite understand. Number 5. Both these guys fell out. We got 2 torpedoes in 5 and 6. All right, let's pull this guy over here and take out the sidebar. Let me grab some tweezers. All right, there's your intact sidebar. Put him right here. And where's one of the ball bearings? All right, let's look at that other sidebar now. Okay, nothing unusual about him. I don't see anything on there. Put him right there, and then here are some pins. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 pins on this side. The rest of them are empty. What am I holding in? Anything? No. All right, so let's dump these guys too. Maybe not. Let's pull the key out and see what happens. They ought to come out. There we go. Let me move this over a little bit. There's one. And the others are probably going to all be just like him. All little T's, 2. Come out. 3 and 4. Oh, we got one more. These are going to be fun to put back, guys. And there he is, 5. With 5 little pins. That is completely empty now. Here's what we're looking at. Very cool. All right. Let's look at upstairs. All right, we had a T-pin. And get him out of there. We have another T-pin. Come on. Number 3. Whoa. I love it. You don't see these guys very often. Look at that. Awesome. Very rare. I don't even have a name for these, but those little discs in the middle float along the shaft. And it looks like we had another master wafer in there. All in 3. Very cool pin. Number 4. Another one. Great. These are great little pins. And the last one, let's go from the other side. Pull them out that way. Another T-pin. And spin, obviously. All right, there you go. Now there will be some question and about which side I actually picked. So what I'm going to do is take the other side. Let's move this one out and grab another pinning tray and gut him. Why not? Since the camera still has juice to it, and I have a backup. Okay, I need the key. Okay, we were going to turn it like that. We'll do it just the same way we did the other one. Like so. Pins are going to be on the other side. Okay, let's set this guy right there. Okay, there are all the pins. There's the sidebar. I'm going to block those pins. We'll pull the sidebars out first. Learn my lesson from the other one. Same sidebar, same ball bearing. Okay, turn it here. There's the other sidebar. And I think you can see. Come on, baby, focus. Let me get my finger under there so I don't drop everything. Get a decent focus job. There are the pins. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out. I counted 4 on the other side as well, but I believe that last one there is also a pin. So let's dump these guys out just to be sure. These were all little T-pins. Come on. I'm going to pull the key out so I can bang it a little better. 3, 4. We still got 1 in there. And there's 5. So there's all 5 of those guys. Again, they're going to be fun to put back. And let's go ahead and look at the pins. This one fell out right here. Number 1. Number 2. 3. 4 torpedo, and 5 was also torpedo. These are keyed exactly the same. And that should be it for the core. All right, let's take a look at the Bible. Make sure we still have everything intact over there too. Okay, there's your T-pin, just like the other one. Or the other side. There's another T-pin, just like the other side. Don't worry about that spring. This should be the odd one, and it is. Oh, those are lovely. Those, my friends, are really weird. Must be really hard to put together. And that one also has a wafer, just like it did on the other side. A master wafer. Come on. Oh, come on. He was stuck. Did not want to come out of there. All right, number 4. Another one of these really cool pins. Same as the other side. And the last one. Let's get that spring and I'll pick him out from the other side. Oop. And there he is, another T-pin. All right, guys, no matter which side you think I picked or not, they were pinned exactly the same. All the sidebars were intact. Ball bearings, all the side pins were in. Really unusual. There you go. The Dom. Oops, my battery died, and luckily we got a backup. There we go, the Dom 9SR. Anyway, guys, let me get another battery here real quick. Whoever sent in that idea about using your backup cam, I commend you, because I would have lost credit for this guy. All right, back online. All right, there we go. Go do it on this camera. We got higher res here. We got a Dom 9SR. I gutted both sides. Both of them were fully pinned, complete with sidebars, and all of the side pins as well. Oh my God, I just can't believe it. I got to tell you, this is just a huge, huge surprise. This came, as I should have mentioned again, this came from CP Jacobson's, all the way from Denmark, in a box full of locks that, believe it or not, this is probably the easiest one. Thanks, guys. Appreciate your time. Stay safe. Stay legal.